real quick before we get into the video, just wanted to create this quick little voiceover to let you know if I seem a little weird in this video. It's because I recorded it at about 4 o'clock in the morning because I really wanted to get the subject recorded and made into a video while it's fresh on my mind. So that's why I did that. But plus, me not being the best talker in front of the camera makes things a little weird sometimes. But I appreciate you guys sticking through with me, putting up with me, and putting two and two together when it comes to my videos, because I know sometimes it's hard to follow. But like I said, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate all your comments and your positive feedback and whatnot. And I want you to tell me what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, so on and so forth. But yeah, thank you guys for sticking through with me. I appreciate it. So that's all for now. Hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. What's going on, everybody? Justin here with Everything Aquarium. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day and had a wonderful holiday. Haven't wished you guys that yet. Anyways, before we get into the video, I got some merch made. This is the Everything Aquarium OG logo shirt. They're available on Etsy. Shirts are $17.99. I have three different logos, or three different designs, I should say. And sizes small through 5XL, so lots of choices there. 5 or 6 different colors each shirt, even more choices there. Anyways, that's it for the shameless plug. Check that out. I'll leave a link in the description down below. So anyways, the moral of the video here is I want to show you guys a little bit of a filtration hack, I would call it. Maybe not a hack, maybe you've done it before, maybe you're doing it now and just don't really pay too much attention to it. Anyways, it's an all-natural hack. It's going to improve your water quality tenfold. The fish are going to be happy depending on what kind of fish you have. Most fish, I'd say 98%. Even African cichlids. And if you see where this is going, leave a comment down in the description below if you found out what I'm talking about yet. But depending on what it is or where you're located, it could be anywhere from $2 to start this hack all the way up to maybe $5. And from then on, you're just all the way into profit. So yeah, let's talk about that. Also, stick around to the end of the video. I have a surprise going on. Not really going on, but a surprise for you guys. So stick around for that if you want to see it. Anyways, let's jump into the video. Alright guys, let's start with the 75 gallon. As you can see, we're crystal clear right now. Mostly because I haven't fed yet. So, anyways, let's talk about filtration on this tank real quick. I have 2 AquaClear 110s. You can see them back up there. Pre-filters. And that's it. And I have perfectly crystal clear water all the time. And I don't have Purigen in this tank anymore, which I did used to have. But the hack actually is all this Hornwort right here. Not necessarily all this much, but this Hornwort right here, if you were to cut that in half, I would almost guarantee you that would absorb as much nitrates as one of these AquaClear 110s, capacity wise. And it's if you were to shove that in the back of it, it wouldn't even fill it all the way up, and you're getting more filtration than you would probably get out of that 110. I'd have to do an exact test to give you the exact numbers, but this stuff is so cheap. I started with a piece maybe that large right there, couple of those pieces, and now I have this tank full, and I have it in a couple other tanks. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But it's amazing for filtration. This will suck up so much nitrates. It'll clear the water up. It'll make all these fish so happy, especially the rainbows. For a while I didn't have anything live in here, so yeah, it's just, you can't lose with this stuff. The only way you can lose is if your fish eat it all, which I haven't found any species that really likes to chew on this stuff. Anyways, there's not really much else to say about that besides it sucks up all the nitrates. It's easy to grow. You really don't need any fertilizer with it. All you really need is light. The fish will produce enough waste for fertilizer. And it's just going to eat your nitrates up. It's going to eat all that crap out of there. And it's going to grow. And once it grows, you just cut it, put some in another tank. You can sell it. You could do lots of different things with it. So yeah, guys, that's really it with that. I mean, let me show you what's going on with the 6.8 gallon cube as well. I know I've been talking about this tank a lot, but as you can see, I have a crazy amount of plants in here. and I'm still getting algae. Algae means too much light. Algae means too much nutrients in the water. I have all these plants in here and I'm still getting algae. Why could that be? Well, my opinion is too much light, first of all. Could be overfeeding, which is definitely not the case in this tank because I probably underfeed. Being real, I probably need to feed a little bit more. I guess I don't underfeed. I feed 3 times a day small meals. I should probably feed a little bit larger. Anyways, that's because I don't have hornwort in this tank. This stuff is, hornwort is column feeder, right? Whereas all these plants in here are most likely root feeders, especially the crypt, Java fern and all that, or not Java fern, but one love fern that I just put right there. All those are root feeders. This dwarf hairgrass, actually that's not dwarf hairgrass, that's Elacaris bellium tissue culture, which is made to grow shorter than hairgrass at a nice level like that, and it's obviously a carpeting plant. Everything will absorb nitrates, but not like a column feeder like hornwort or something like that. Hornwort, floating plants basically, are all column feeders. Anything that's rooted wants to feed off of the substrate, off of the soil, whatever you have in your tank. You can use root tabs, you can use nutrient-rich substrate like this. Lots of options there. Plus I'm running CO2. That'll always help to bring down algae if we're talking about that. The reason I have algae simply is because I don't have enough plants in here and they're not absorbing enough nutrients quickly enough. They're not absorbing the fish waste fast enough. The CO2 will, like I said, help with that because it'll be able to suck all the nitrates out of the water before the algae can pick them up. But the issue is, like I said, most likely overfeeding, or not overfeeding, but overlight, and probably the food as well. But here, let's see, I'll show you. I got 4 different background plants there. I got something octopus, I can't remember the name, and then I have, what do we got here? The Rotala Macandra mini, which is that right there. And then I got Amania senegalami, I don't even know how to say it, senegalanius, something like that, right there. And then the Lymphalia aromatica, which is that back there. Now those will pick up nitrates and help to improve water quality as well. All plants will, but like I said, you just can't beat hornwort. Let's go take a look at something else. Also, guys, real quick, I'm going to be rehoming Oscar. Well, not Oscar. We never really came up with a name, but Oscar, as I'm calling him, to a good home tomorrow, out down the road from me, and he'll be going into a 250, 225 with a couple other Oscars and some catfish. A really understocked tank, so he'll have plenty of room to swim and be happy to get out of this quarantine tank. Alright guys, here we are at the 55-gallon Cichlid tank, and as you can see, there's a gigantic ball of hornwort that I actually just brought over from the 75-gallon, because before I took this out, the 75-gallon was probably at least 45% hornwort. The density was impossible for fish to swim through, so I put it in here. I did a good water change, and now this tank is gonna thrive more than it ever has. And now let me get down to the fact of cichlids and plants, right? Everybody's heard stories how the cichlids will dig up plants, they'll eat plants and whatnot. Well, I've been researching a lot, especially with African cichlids, and recently I've been looking into hornwort with African cichlids. What I've came up with is they don't really like to eat the hornwort because it's pokey. Simple as that. They take it as maybe it's a reaction from a prey, poking them or something like that. But any other plant they can chew up and eat, and you can do nothing about it. This they won't touch. They haven't touched it. And lots of videos, lots of tanks where they've had hornwort with African cichlids specifically. I guess I don't know about Central or South African cichlids or South American cichlids. I guess I don't know much about that. But yeah, this works out well in this tank. I haven't had anybody eating it. They may nip it at every once in a while, but they really freak out and jump back. And so yeah, we're going to check out the parameters within a week. I'm going to give it 1 week. I'm going to do it today with some old water I got in a bucket from before. And we're going to look that it was probably a little bit high. or see that it was probably a little bit high in all sections. Ammonia and maybe even pH might have been a little bit high if we're speaking truth. And of course nitrates. And I threw this in here, and now this is like basically a whole nother AquaClear 110. Plus I got that 50 up there and a 110 back there, obviously. So yeah, we're going to see how this does. We're going to get back to it. I'm going to let you guys know. But anyways, let's go to the surprise. If you haven't seen it yet. Here we got some babies. They've hatched. I stripped the female, and I got this egg tumbler all set up, and they're tumbling away. I'm assuming they're going to be ruby greens because it was a ruby green holding. They could have crossbred easily, obviously. But we'll just have to wait and see. Either way, they're going to have great color. I'll be happy to keep them or sell them for $1 a piece or whatever. So give those guys a couple weeks in here, at least 2 weeks, maybe 3. Once that Oscar heads out, I'm going to switch this over to that 20-gallon long tank, and that's where they're going to hang out until I can find homes for them. So yeah, guys, that's really it with this video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you get yourself some Hornwort, even a little tiny bunch. Throw it in a tank. You really don't need fertilizer, but if I do recommend anything, it's going to be some Seachem Flourish Excel and some Aquarium Co-op Easy Green. Those are the 2 fertilizers I would recommend. I wouldn't really recommend planting this stuff unless you got a good substrate to hold it in, because it will just uproot very quickly. And yeah, other than that, those are the 2 fertilizers I recommend. Just give it some light, at least 8 to 10 hours, and this stuff will take off. You'll be able to put it in every tank you own, and you'll never have to buy it again. And maybe you can make a profit off it. I'll let you be the judge of that. Don't forget to check out the merch, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you did learn anything. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you later.